I am the self-help hacker. There's something so important in finding favor with the right people. In case you haven't noticed, the real true theme of this channel is exploring and understanding better the concept of emotional intelligence. Your IQ, not as important as being able to understand and relate to people. Because when you can do that, and you can communicate better than the average person, you're going to be able to find favor with people and charm them more naturally. And it's funny because I've made a video talking about serving others is always the right decision over serving yourself. And I've talked about people who are good at communication. What do? They don't criticize other people. They compliment other people. They find things that they have in common. So instead of saying, oh, I'm this political party and you're this political party, forget about that. What can we agree on? Because that's what builds relationships with people. And just simply building other people up, having an interesting conversation with people, and even starting conversations with people. It's funny how far that will go. For me personally, I feel like that's by default something I've always had a strength in. I have many weaknesses, but one of my strengths is that I know how to talk to people. And ultimately, when you can make another person feel good about themselves by getting them to talk about themselves instead of about you, and you build up their own confidence, that's like one of my, I guess, life mottos is always assume that the other person needs to be built up that day. Always assume that there's something going on in their life and they're having a bad day that day and they need someone just to be kind to them. And not be generic. How are you doing today? No. Like, find a way to actually connect with them beyond the weather and how are you doing? Like, find some kind of conversation to build that person up. Because ultimately, people are drawn to that. And one of my life hacks is knowing the art of finding favor with the right people. Now, granted, I will tell you, that's something I pray for every day. I'm aware that when you pray for things every day, you tend to be more naturally inclined to find ways to actually do those things yourself, even without God's divine intervention helping you along. You yourself are going to be more mindful of how can I find favor with people? Not ultimately just to be selfish and to get what I want, but because I know that to be happy in life, we must serve others. That's very important, choosing others over ourselves. But it's all about making the other person feel good about themselves. Not flattering, but genuinely caring in your heart about other people. Whose day can I improve today? Monday morning, I may be the first person that person sees. What can I do to start their day and their week off right? It's all about finding favor with other people. IQ, not so much as important often as EQ. Building other people up and finding favor with the right people. Your comments belong right here.